We ain't gotta be lit right now. You the only one I see while the whole world go around, Let them tear the club up while we pullin' to the crib downtown. Girl, the way you roll up, I'ma have to take a hit right now, Baby, we can turn it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon Makani. For those who don't know me, welcome to yet another sit down video, pregnancy edition. Yay! It took me actually so long to finally sit down and record this. As you can see from the title of the video, we are doing a first trimester review or analysis. I don't know what they call them, but yeah, I'm just gonna tell you about what went down during my first trimester, how I found out I was pregnant and everything in between. Sorry guys, I don't have my mic. I don't know where I put my mic. I sort of like misplaced it, so I hope I'm going to be audible, and I'm gonna try as much as I can to speak a little bit louder. But so I wrote everything down just so I cover most of the things, and this is not going to be a long video. I mean, I'm just literally covering everything that went on during my first trimester. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you're going to enjoy this insert. So how did I find out? Okay, so let me just put a disclaimer. We were not trying. Okay, we were not trying. My husband has always wanted more kids. I mean, if it was up to him, we would have 5 kids already by now. And I'm just like, ain't no way. Okay, I was okay with 2 kids. I still am okay with 2 kids, to be honest. But we've always had that conversation that maybe we will try again. I mean, I think 3 was a sacrifice for me because he wants more. I'm like, okay, I can give you one more, but it was definitely not something that we were planning to do this year, or anytime soon, for that matter. So I was chilled. I was on Oratane, I think 2 years ago, for I think about 6 months, and then from the 6 months they give you an extra 6. It's like a year actually. It's a year treatment, because after the 6 months you still have to be on contraceptive for an extra 6 months, because you can't fall pregnant while you're on the treatment. It's very, very harsh. So so I was still taking my contraceptives very consistently. You know, I was like, in no way I'm falling pregnant. So what happened was, beginning of the year, so I did the Daniel fast for 21 days with the Wisdom and Wellness community, and that was amazing. I was fasting, it was going well, and I completed the fast for 21 days. I was running, so I had not gotten back to gym yet. But I was very active. I was running like about 7 kilometers every single day. So I was quite fit, you know. I was living my best life, setting my mood for the year, until I realized, because I've got an app on my phone, Clue, and it gave me a notification to say, girl, you are 13 days late. I was so shocked. I was like, how did it take you 13 days to notify me that I have not been on my period? You know, I felt so betrayed. But I mean, I think God works in mysterious ways, guys. And I decided to do the test by myself, and it was positive. Like, it was literally, I didn't even wait. The minute I put the stick on the urine and closed it, within 2 minutes it flashed pregnant. And whew, my life changed. I think for every woman, I mean, if you've gone through something like this before, if you've tested for pregnancy and you get that positive result, your life changes immediately, like instantly. Like, every single thing in your mind, your world is just, yeah, it shifts, right? So I was like, okay. And my husband was around, and I was just like, okay, do I tell him, do I not? And I was like, no, man, I'm not gonna tell him. I prayed. I remember that morning I prayed and I thanked God. I was like, God, I don't know what you are doing. I don't know how this happened. Okay, we know how it happened. We know how it happened, but I was just like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what this means. But I accept it and I receive it, and I'm so grateful. It was not something that I had planned, but your plans are better. And I was not anxious, okay, and I was not disappointed. That's another thing. Those results came with so much peace for me, because I was just like, okay, it's not my will. I didn't plan for this, but God did. He saw it fit. So I'm going to trust him, to take me through this journey and just to receive and be grateful for this new edition. I was happy. I was so, so, so happy. Shocked, but very happy. So I decided to keep it a secret. I kept it to myself, and I went on with my life. Because I think it was beginning of February that I found out. And then I was like, oh no, you know what? Let me just wait, let it sink in, and let's see where this takes us. I wanna do like a cute little surprise for hubby and the kids, which I did. All right. So how I told him is, I told my husband I was pregnant, or I revealed the pregnancy test on Valentine's Day. That was my Valentine's Day gift to him. And guys, when I tell you that my husband was so happy to a point that he got sick. Have you ever laughed so hard that your is it a nerve or a vein at the back of your head? It I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but how he explained it was that it was almost like he pulled it from the excitement. I don't know. Yeah, ciao. You had to be there to understand, okay? But he was so happy. Oh my gosh, I remember we were at a restaurant on Valentine's Day, and I gave him this box. I'm gonna try and insert the clip here, guys. It's a short clip, because now I was crying and then he was happy, and then we had to hug, and I couldn't, but the minute he saw, oh guys, God is good. God is amazing. But he was so happy to know, to find out that we are having another child. He was also very shocked, because it came as a shock. Let's move on to the symptoms and the side effects. I did not have any symptoms before I found out, right? I had no nausea, I had no cramping, I had no headache, I had nothing. The only thing that prompted me to get that pregnancy test was the notification from the app that said I was 13 days late. Because I do miss my period sometimes, or I am late sometimes, but then it has never been that for that long. Like 13 days, that's a lot, So that was the only reason why I had to go get that test, and and just find out. But apart from that, I was okay. I was living my best life. I was working on my 2025 body goals, and I was on track, because I had just finished my Daniel fast, and I think I had lost about 7 kgs from that. So everything was on track. So I thought. So I didn't get any symptoms prior to finding out. The day I found out, that when I say your world changes, that day I was so tired. I couldn't smell anything. I didn't want to eat anything. All of a sudden I had cravings. Guys, power of the mind. Power of the mind. I started craving things I never had before. I remember saying to my friend, I want jollof rice. I've never had jollof rice in my life, but for some reason I wanted to eat jollof rice. It was So funny. It was the funniest thing ever. I was like, I just want jollof rice. There's nothing, I want to eat but jollof rice. I started craving prawns because I am a prawn lover. I love sushi as well. So those cravings just started, coming like in heavy. But yeah, and other than that, I had like no hectic symptoms for the first few weeks of finding out, and then things changed. The nausea was horrible. I couldn't brush my teeth in the morning without gagging, and the type of gag that lasts for like 10 to 15 minutes. It was horrible, okay? It was so bad that I just wanted to be in bed the whole day. I was tired. I literally spent my first trimester in bed. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't want to see anyone. And it was the worst. I had never felt like that ever with any of my pregnancies, so I had it really, really, really hard. And emotionally I was fine, apart from the fact that I couldn't control how I feel in terms of my health, the nausea, the gagging and everything. That is the only thing that I was frustrated about, but I was so happy. Oh, guys, I still am. I was so, so happy. I would find myself just being so grateful and like just imagining how it's gonna be when the baby is here, how my children are gonna receive the new baby. Yeah, it was beautiful. My emotions were really, really positive around the pregnancy. And then a couple of weeks in, I started bleeding, right? So I've lost a pregnancy before, about 2 years ago. So when that happened, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Every single time I think about that era, or every single time I think about that season, which didn't last long, but I can't help but to thank God, because if it wasn't for Him, I don't know how I could have survived or how I would have survived that. It was the most traumatic season of my life. We promised each other not to cry, baby. We promised each other not to cry. But God really showed up for me and my husband, because it was the hardest season. It was the hardest thing for us to go through, because we didn't know what the cause was. The doctors couldn't tell us why we were going through that. But all they could tell us was that everything is gonna be okay. They always do that. But for someone that has gone through something like that before, you can't help but worry and wonder. I couldn't sleep. When I go to the bathroom, every time I wipe myself, I was like, I don't want to see. I would call my husband to come and see, do you see anything? Do you see blood? What do you see? It was the worst thing ever. And I had 2 episodes where I was hospitalized because of the bleeding, and still the doctors couldn't tell. They couldn't tell me what was causing it. Apparently it's normal for some women, but for someone that has had a miscarriage before, it was, oh, I don't wish that on anyone. I do not wish that on anyone. But when I say God carried me throughout that whole era, God said to me, calm down, be still, and know that I am God. Surrender to me. Let me show you what I can do. And that's exactly what I did. I remember I prayed and I said, God, you are the one that put me through this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for you I didn't ask for this seed to be inside of me, and yet you saw it fit for me to carry this baby. You can't take it away from me. You can't. But let your will be done. Let your will be done. And I just surrendered everything to him, and he carried me. This is me now, you know, with a cute little bump that I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. But God was amazing. God was amazing throughout my first trimester. There's no way I was gonna be able to survive or go through that without his intervention, you know. And I think the Daniel fast, sorry, this is gonna take long because it's such a significant part of this video, or my first trimester. But every time I think about it, I'm just like, there's a reason why I went through the Daniel fast, because I never do 21 days. We always have a fast at the beginning of the year at church, which only lasts for like a week, right? But I decided before the church fast, I was gonna do the 21 days, the 21-day Daniel fast with the Wisdom and Wellness community. And God knew I needed the strength, right? I needed to be mentally ready. I needed not to be surrounded by chaos. I needed to be still, you know. So I feel like the fast was just a preparation for me, because I was like, God, I went through all that for 21 days, fasting, you know, and sacrificing myself, my life, my plans for the year, and just surrendering everything to you. And you decided to give me this, you know, this blessing. So why are we now getting confused? Why are we now getting fearful of the fact that this might be taken away from us, you know? So I just needed to trust God. You know, when God said, test me and see, that's exactly what happened. And this will forever be a testimony for me. This will forever be something that I will forever be grateful for. When I talk to God, the first thing I say is thank you. When I think about how far he's brought me, there's a song that I like by Victoria Orenza that says, see how far you've brought me. Lord, I've come to worship you, to give you all the praise, because I wouldn't have done it without you. So yeah, guys, that was the long and short of my first trimester. There's nothing much to say, because like I said, I spent most of my days in bed. I couldn't do anything. I didn't even journal. Like I tried. I think I did show you the journal that I bought for the baby, but there's nothing for me recorded for the first trimester, because I was, you know, when you just like, what do we do now? We're just sitting waiting. We're waiting for God to come and intervene, you know. But God has been so amazing. God carried us throughout this season, and I cannot help but to thank him for every single thing. So yeah, guys, I know this is quite a short video, but I promise more and more and more, because I'm currently shooting a vlog as well. So this is just going to be in between the vlogs as well. Thank you so much. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that this video will help someone one day, you know, whenever you come across difficulties, storms that you didn't sign up for, because we never sign up for storms, right? But we thank God that he always walks before us. We thank him that he always knows what's best for us. He always knows the outcome, you know, even in the middle of chaos. He knows how the story is going to end. And I just hope that this has been an inspiration for some of you. And please do tell me, I mean, for all the mummies, how was your first trimester? I know, how did you navigate the new in your life? And if you've got kids, how are your kids taking it? Because let me tell you, my son, my 5-year-old, is not happy with the baby. He's not happy with the baby, and so we try so much to accommodate him and include him, in everything relating to the baby, so that he knows that this baby is coming and the baby is coming to stay. So yeah, just let's meet on the comment section and just let me know how your first trimester was. Were you sick? Were you hospitalized? How was it? I mean, there are women, I was reading on TikTok that there are women that don't experience any symptoms at all. My symptoms were the worst, but I know that there are women that have experienced far worse than what I did. So yeah, guys, let me stop yapping. Let me stop yapping and close off this video. Thank you again for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do the right thing and click that subscribe button. It's completely free, and I promise you, you're going to love it here. And yeah, thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye. I promised to show you guys my bump. So here's a bump update. This is what we look like now. Baby is growing, guys. I feel like I'm measuring so big, but the baby is within average, size wise. But my bump, I don't know if it's because this is my third pregnancy or what, but it's big and I'm so heavy. I feel so heavy. But yeah, that is how we look. How cute. Guys, happiest era of my life. So yeah.